It really is a sad life. For me, that I certainly did not ask for. To be imprisoned by this every single day and have a mother who cannot see her wrongdoing, cannot see that there is some type of interference with, psychosis or paranoid schizophrenia or delusions that has completely impacted her, that has destroyed her life, and is the reason why this vehicle is a second home. It's becoming my habitat. I mean, right now I'm going to be en route to my fuel station, going to fuel up because it was a troublesome past few minutes. My mother basically broke out into her problem again, her an outburst. She snapped, speaking about God and Jesus and Archangel Michael, and saying that if you stand up to me, if you love me, you'll stand up to me. Just very, 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 very delusional behavior. Would be consistent with psychosis, and something that she's just not, that I'm not missing for a second, and that she could miss for the rest of her lifetime. And it's just, it's absolutely terrible. And nobody should have to be subjected to this. Nobody should have to be subjected to this life here. I mean, right back here, these are basically car curtains. Right there, black curtains. And those are used for, to create a personal space. It's basically for when you go on vacation, and you have to sleep in your vehicle, you camp out in your vehicle, and you want to have privacy, you want to block out the sun. That is what it is for. But what I'm utilizing them for is basically so that I can sleep in my vehicle, or I should say our family vehicle. She's not going to get it. And the worst part is, I have my sibling who's being subjected to this day in and day out. And I have my ultimate objective, trying to save not only my house, but, to save my sister and try to save my mother from herself. But she's not going to have any of that because she thinks that there's no problem. The local, social workers, medical personnel, law enforcement, what have you, they're not going to see it because she's not showing it. She's tucking in her bad habits. So I, in turn, am living a dual life. Sometimes I'm in the house, sometimes in the vehicle. The past 2 days were good. There was a clearing. There was, she was talking to herself and, locking herself in our first floor bathroom. But, at least she had, some resemblance of my mother. Who she is, who she once was. But it just, you'd have to be here to see, what is truly going down. And what goes down, it varies differently. It varies differently every single day. It's like I said, nobody asked for this. I'm not asking for this, and I continue to tell her, I love her. And I'm always going to love her, but she's the one who's burning her own bridge. I'm not doing that for her. So, if she wants to keep conducting herself like this, it's going to happen. It's the same result is going to keep happening. The same result is going to keep being produced. And she, the same script keeps playing in her head. Like, I wanted to get guardianship over her, but that blew over. That never materialized. That never happened. So, I also want advanced placement for my sister because the current environment that she has is not conducive to, it's not good. It is toxic, it is aggressive, it is vulgar. There's yelling and screaming, stomping all over the place, and that is not a good environment for somebody with, the impairments, the neurological impairments that my sister has. Again, this is with respect to my real life, but this is everywhere, okay? This is the everywhere game. I'm capturing this footage in landscape orientation, so you can see a little bit more. So it's, it's not so crunched up. You're not just seeing only my face. This is everything here, okay? You saw that yesterday. I just, recorded a little bit of, my home life on the outside. On the inside, obviously, it's very different because, on the outside, when you're on the outside looking in, it's completely different. A lot of people love to blog about their life, because it puts it into perspective what people have to deal with on the daily. I'm not, I could say I'm documenting this because it's for this, this specialized marketing campaign for everywhere. But, it's also about my life. This is very real. Just as real as you saw that car, that green Toyota pickup truck just passed down the street. None of this is a joke. It is very real. That's what I emphasize to my little sister. Daddy's Honey Bunch Angel, because that's what he always called her. That you cannot take life as a joke. You have to take life seriously. Because if you do not take life seriously, it's going to make you take it seriously. That's going to happen from karma and consequence. But I'm putting up little shades in the vehicle here so that I can sleep. And I just know what's going to happen. My mother wakes up verbatim every single day between 2 and 4 o'clock, the military wake, around 0300, 0400. And my sister does as well, and it's not good. If my father was here, this would never transpire. It would never have a chance. It would never have a chance of happening. But, my father was the checks and balance system for my mother. He made everything happen. He was a safe harbor. And he made sure we never went down. And in his absence, my mother, it's like my mother thinks she has the free will to do anything she wants. She thinks planet Earth here, or you could say Google's Earth in context of everywhere, is heaven. She's an archangel. We're all archangels. There's every element of reality, like this vehicle, some type of apparatus or something pertaining to heaven. And that is very dangerous because you cannot get through to them. There's no way to make contact. So it's like you have to improvise. And that's what I'm doing right now. Fueling up the vehicle, making sure I don't burn out gallons of fuel. But especially with fuel on the rise. Crude oil going up. Like it was over $60 barrel, or something like that. Because of inflation and such. It's just a very sad reality. And my hope for you is that none of you ever have to succumb to this. But it is real life, okay? And real life happens. It happens like that. So truly, if you do see something, please say something. And don't let your life escalate to this. Don't make it so that you have to feel like you are imprisoned by, this life. And you are helpless, and you cannot assist the ones that are dear to you. Friends, family, what have you. So I'm en route to the fuel station right now. You'll see many more videos from me. And I appreciate your viewership. Mr. Benzies, I appreciate you. Build a Rocket Boy Games, I appreciate you. And I said, Discord, I was going to make a thank you video to you. And I'm going to do that. This is Everywhere video 28 right now. So, there's more to come. So again, thank you for your time. Be safe. Be well. Hug your loved ones. And when you're finished doing that, hug them again and again and again and again. And, just know that there are people out there who feel what you do. And know what is up. And are doing their very best to make sure they don't go down. So, this is XXV coming to you here from New England. I'll just say New England. And I hope you have a fantastic evening. Thank you.